The spaceship floated gently down to the surface of the green planet. It was not like Earth. The sky was light blue with two suns shining. Soft wind moved the tall grass, and strange glowing flowers lit the ground like small stars. The air smelled fresh, but was different from what Ben was used to. Ben opened the door and stepped outside. He wore a simple suit that helped him breathe and kept him safe. His heart beat fast with excitement and fear. This was the first time he had come so far, from home to a world unknown. The grass felt soft under his boots. Ben looked around carefully. Trees stood tall and thick nearby. He could hear soft sounds coming from the forest, whispers of wind and distant calls of animals. He walked slowly toward the trees, hoping to find signs of life. Suddenly, a small figure appeared near a large rock. It was a girl. She moved carefully, holding a thin stick in her hand. Her skin was a light purple color, smooth like silk. Her hair was white, falling gently around her shoulders. Ben noticed her eyes were closed. She did not look around or blink. He realized she was blind. Ben smiled kindly and spoke softly. "Hello, my name is Ben. I come from Earth. I mean no harm." The girl stopped and listened. She turned toward his voice. Slowly she moved closer, feeling her way with the stick. Ben waited patiently. He wanted to show he was friendly. "I am Nia," the girl said in a soft voice. "I cannot see the world, but I feel it." Ben nodded. "I want to be your friend, Nia. Can you tell me about this place?" Nia smiled. "This land is my home. I know every sound, every touch, every smell. I live here with my people." Ben looked around, curious. "Can you take me to your village? I want to meet your friends." Nia thought for a moment. "Yes, it is not far. I will guide you." Ben held out his hand. Nia took it. Together they walked slowly toward the forest. As they moved, Nia told Ben about the sounds she knew. "That bird sings every morning," she said, "and that river makes music when it flows." Ben listened carefully. He realized Nia's world was very different but full of life. "I use this stick to feel the ground and find my way," Nia explained. "I cannot see, but I know this place like my own hands." Ben smiled with respect. "You are very brave, Nia." After some time, they reached the village. Small houses made of wood and stone stood between tall trees. Soft lights glowed from inside. The air smelled of cooking fires and fresh fruit. People came out to see who had arrived. They were tall and colorful, with smooth skin in many shades. Some smiled warmly, others watched quietly. An old woman stepped forward. She held Nia's hand and said, "You have brought a friend, Nia. Welcome, Ben." Ben bowed his head. "Thank you. I am glad to meet you all." The villagers invited Ben to stay. That evening they sat by a fire sharing stories and songs. Nia told Ben about her dreams. "I want to know the stars," she said, "even if I cannot see them. I want to travel beyond this world." Ben promised, "I will help you. Together, we can learn many things." Nia smiled. "Thank you, Ben. You are a true friend." The two suns set behind the trees, and stars began to shine in the sky. A new friendship was born, a friendship that would change their lives and worlds. The morning sun warmed the village gently. Ben woke early, feeling curious and excited. Today, He wanted to learn more about Nia's world. He stood outside his small room, breathing in the fresh air mixed with the scent of flowers. Nia was already waiting for him. She smiled softly when she saw Ben. "Good morning, Ben," she said. "Are you ready to see more of our world?" Ben smiled back. "Yes, Nia, I want to understand everything." Nia reached out her hand, and Ben took it. Together they walked through the village. The houses were quiet in the morning, but soon people began to move about. Some children ran and played, their laughter filling the air. Ben watched closely. The villagers had strong and kind faces. They worked with simple tools, growing food and caring for animals. Even though the technology was not like Earth's, their lives seemed full and happy. As they walked, Nia told Ben about the plants and animals. "That tree is called the sky leaf," she said. "Its leaves shine in the moonlight, and the fruit tastes sweet." Ben reached out to touch a leaf. It was smooth and soft. "It feels nice," he said. Nia laughed gently. "I cannot see it, but I know its shape." They moved toward a river where water flowed clear and cool. Ben knelt and drank. "This water is fresh," he said. "It is good here." Nia smiled. "Yes, the river gives life to our village." Suddenly they heard a sound, a soft hum like music. Nia stopped and listened. "That is the call song," she said. "It is how we greet each other from far away." Ben was curious. "Can you teach me?" Nia nodded and closed her eyes. She began to hum a gentle tune. Ben tried to copy it. At first his voice was rough, but Nia encouraged him with a smile. Soon he could hum the song well. A group of villagers came near and joined in the singing. Ben felt happy and welcomed. He realized that even if he was different, music could bring them together. After the song, an elder named Mara approached Ben. She was tall, with silver hair and wise eyes. "Welcome, Ben," she said. "It is rare to see a visitor from another world." "We are honored." Ben bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Mara. I want to learn your ways and share ours." Mara smiled kindly. "Then you must meet our leader, Orin. He will want to speak with you." Nia took Ben's hand again. "Follow me," she said. They walked to a large building made of stone and wood. Inside, Orin sat on a simple chair. He had strong features and a calm voice. "Ben," Orin said, "we welcome you. Tell us, what brings humans to our world?" Ben spoke clearly. "I come to learn and to make friends. We believe that all life is valuable. I want to understand your people and share ideas." Orin nodded. "Your words are wise. Many planets fear strangers, but you show respect." Ben felt proud. "Respect is important. Without it, we cannot live in peace." Orin smiled. "Yes, our world has challenges. We face dangers from wild creatures and storms. But we protect each other." Ben thought about Nia. She was brave despite her blindness. "I met Nia," he said. "She is strong and kind. She showed me how to live here." Orin's eyes softened. "Nia is special. Though she cannot see, her spirit is bright. She teaches us to be patient and brave." Ben looked at Nia, who smiled shyly. "I want to help her," he said. Orin nodded. "If you stay, you will learn much. And maybe You will help us face the challenges ahead." Ben felt a warm feeling inside. He knew this visit would change him. That afternoon, Ben walked with Nia near the village edge. They found a small garden where strange flowers grew. Nia touched each one and told Ben their names and stories. "You know so much," Ben said. "How do you learn all this without seeing?" Nia smiled. "I listen. I feel. I remember. The world speaks to me in many ways." Ben looked at her with admiration. "You are amazing, Nia." Nia laughed softly. "We all have our gifts." As the sun set, they returned to the village. People gathered to share food and stories. Ben felt part of something new and wonderful. That night, as stars shone bright, Ben dreamed of a future where humans and Nia's people could live as friends. He felt hope, courage, and the beginning of a great adventure. The days passed quickly in the small village beneath the two suns. Ben learned more about the world and its people. But there was one thing he noticed clearly. Nia sometimes struggled to move around alone. Her blindness made even simple tasks difficult. Ben wanted to help her. One morning, Ben sat outside his room thinking deeply. The village was peaceful, but he knew the dangers of the wild forest nearby. If Nia could move more safely and freely, she could help her people more. He remembered the small tools and machines on his ship. Maybe he could make something useful. Ben went to Nia and said, "I want to build something to help you, something that can tell you about the world around you." Nia looked curious. "Can you really do that?" Ben smiled. "I will try. You teach me, and I will build." Together they walked to a quiet place near the village. Ben showed Nia some small parts from his ship. "This is a sensor," he said. "It can feel things and send signals." Nia touched the parts carefully. "I like it. Maybe it can help me feel what I cannot see." Ben worked long hours. He used wires, lights, and sounds to create a simple device. It was small and light, like a bracelet. It could sense obstacles and warn Nia with gentle vibrations. When the device was ready, Ben put it on Nia's wrist. "Try to walk," he said. Nia stepped forward carefully. The bracelet buzzed softly when she got close to a tree or rock. She smiled widely. "It tells me I can feel the world in a new way." Ben felt proud. "Now you can walk more safely." Nia practiced every day. She learned to trust the new signals and move faster. Soon she was able to guide Ben and other villagers through the forest. One afternoon, as they walked near the river, Nia stopped suddenly. The bracelet buzzed strongly. She touched her wrist and said, "Something is near." Ben looked carefully. From the bushes, a small animal appeared. It had shiny blue fur and bright eyes. The animal looked friendly and curious. Nia laughed. "The bracelet helped me see the animal before it came close." Ben nodded. "It works well. Word about the device spread in the village. People came to see and ask questions. Some wanted devices to help their children or elders. Ben was happy to help. He built more bracelets and small tools. The village grew stronger and safer. One evening, Ben and Nia sat by the fire. "Thank you, Ben," Nia said softly. "You have given me a new way to see the world." Ben smiled. "You gave me courage, Nia. You taught me what true strength is." Nia looked at the stars. "I want to learn more. Maybe one day I can explore the Stars with you. Ben felt hope in his heart. Together, they could do anything. The village woke to the sound of birds singing under the soft light of the two suns. Ben and Nia were preparing for a day of learning and exploration. The air was calm, and the forest seemed peaceful. But deep inside the trees, a quiet danger was growing. Nia was testing her new bracelet. She moved through the village with confidence, feeling the gentle vibrations that helped her avoid obstacles. Ben walked beside her, happy to see her smile. The device was working well, but neither of them knew what waited beyond the trees. Suddenly, the ground shook lightly beneath their feet. Birds flew from the trees, their calls turning sharp and loud. The villagers stopped their work and looked toward the forest edge. Ben felt a chill. "What is happening?" he asked. Nia listened carefully. "Something is coming, I can hear it." From the trees came a low, growling sound. It was deep and heavy. Ben's heart beat fast. "Are they animals?" he asked. Nia nodded slowly. "Yes, they are large and dangerous. They sometimes come close to the village." Ben looked toward the forest. Shadows moved quickly through the trees. The creatures were big, strong, and fast. They had thick fur and sharp teeth, and their eyes glowed in the dim light. The villagers gathered near the center of the village. Oren, the leader, spoke in a calm but serious voice. "These creatures threaten our home. We must be ready." Ben stepped forward. "Can I help? I have tools and ideas from Earth." Oren nodded. "You are welcome to join us, Ben." Nia touched Ben's arm gently. "Be careful," she said. The villagers began to prepare. Some carried simple weapons made of wood and stone. Others gathered food and water in case they had to leave. Ben helped build small barriers using materials from his ship in the village. As the sun moved higher, the growls grew louder. The creatures came closer, their heavy steps shaking the ground. The village felt tense, but strong. Nia stood at the edge of the crowd. Her bracelet buzzed with warnings. She closed her eyes and focused on the sounds, feeling the vibrations. She knew the forest well, but had never faced danger like this. Ben stayed by her side. "We will face this together," he said. The creatures appeared at the tree line. They growled and barked, testing the barriers. The villagers stood firm, ready to protect their homes. Suddenly, one creature jumped over a barrier and ran toward the village. Ben acted quickly. He used a bright light from his ship to shine on the creature's eyes. The creature stopped, confused by the strange light. Nia shouted, "Now everyone, push them back!" The villagers moved together, using their weapons and strength. The creatures growled but began to retreat slowly. Ben helped Nia move through the crowd. "You were brave," he said. Nia smiled tiredly. "We all are. We protect each other." After the creatures disappeared into the forest, the villagers cheered softly. They were safe, for now. Oren came to Ben. "Your help was important. Your ideas saved lives." Ben nodded. "I want to learn more to keep you safe." Nia looked at the village. "This world is beautiful, but not always safe. We must be ready." That night, by the fire, the villagers talked about the day's danger. Ben and Nia planned ways to make the village stronger. Ben showed more tools and ways to watch the forest. Nia felt stronger, too. She knew her bracelet helped, but she also learned that courage and friendship were the greatest protection. Ben looked at Nia. "We will face whatever comes next. Together." Nia smiled, her heart full of hope. The stars shone brightly above, and the village slept, ready for the future. The morning after the attack, the village was quiet, but filled with a strong spirit. The people worked together to repair the damage and prepare for any future dangers. Ben and Naya moved among them, helping wherever they could. Naya's bracelet had become a symbol of hope. Many villagers wanted to try it, believing it could help them feel safer. Ben was happy to teach them how to use it and to build more devices. But deep inside, Nia felt a new challenge growing. She wanted to do more than just stay safe. She wanted to protect her people in a way no one had done before. One day, Orin came to Nia with a serious look. "Nia," he said, "the creatures in the forest will return. They may come in larger numbers. We must move the village to a safer place, but the path is difficult and long." Nia listened carefully. "I will lead the way," she said with quiet strength. "I know the forest better than anyone." Orin looked surprised but nodded. "Very well. We trust you." The villagers began to prepare. They packed their things and readied their animals. Nia felt the weight of responsibility but stood tall. Ben came to her. "Are you sure? It will be hard." Nia smiled softly. "I cannot see the path, but I know it well. With your help and the bracelet, we can succeed." The journey began early the next morning. Nia held her stick and wore the bracelet on her wrist. Ben walked beside her, ready to assist. The forest was thick and full of sounds. Strange birds called above, and leaves rustled underfoot. The villagers followed Nia's careful steps. Sometimes, the bracelet buzzed strongly, warning of rocks or low branches. Nia used the signals to guide the group safely. Ben watched in admiration as she moved with quiet confidence. At one point, the path became narrow and steep. Nia paused, listening to the wind and the sounds of the forest. "This way," she said, leading the group around a rocky hill. Suddenly, a loud roar echoed through the trees. The creatures were close. The villagers stopped, their hearts pounding. Ben stood beside Nia. "We can do this," he said. Nia took a deep breath. "Follow me." She led the villagers quickly but carefully. The bracelet's warnings helped avoid dangers hidden in the forest. After what felt like hours, they reached a wide, open valley. The grass was green and soft, and a clear river ran through it. "This is the new home," Nia said. "It is safe and full of life." The villagers cheered softly. Orin smiled and thanked Nia for her bravery. That night, as the village settled in its new place, Nia sat with Ben near the fire. "I was afraid," she said quietly, "but I knew I had to be strong." Ben took her hand. "You were amazing. You showed true courage." Nia looked at the stars. "I want to keep learning, to keep helping my people." Ben smiled. "And I will be here, by your side." The two suns set behind the mountains, and the village slept peacefully, safe under Nia's brave watch. The new village was quiet and peaceful. The fresh air smelled sweet, and the river's water was cool and clear. The villagers began to build homes and plant gardens. They worked together, smiling and helping each other. Ben felt happy to see how strong the people were. He knew this place would be safer for them, but he also knew their life was still full of challenges. One morning, Ben walked to the river with Nia. The sun was warm, and birds sang softly. Nia stood near the water, feeling the gentle flow with her hand. Ben said, "You have done so much, Nia. You helped your people find a new home." Nia smiled. "We all helped. Together we are stronger." Ben looked at her. "Do you ever wish you could see the stars? To know what they look like?" Nia closed her eyes and nodded. "Yes. Sometimes I wonder what the stars are like. I listen to your stories, and I feel their light in my heart." Ben had an idea. "Maybe I can build something for you, something that can show you the stars in a new way." Nia's face brightened. "I would like that very much." For days, Ben worked in a small workshop he set up. He used parts from his ship and the village's materials. He made a special device, a small box with lights and sounds that could tell Nia about the stars. When the device was ready, Ben gave it to Nia. She held it carefully and smiled. "Close your eyes," Ben said. Nia obeyed. The device made soft sounds and gentle lights. It told stories of the stars, their shapes, and their colors. Nia listened and felt the beauty of the night sky in a new way. "It is wonderful," she said. "Thank you, Ben." The villagers came to see the new device. They were amazed and curious. Ben taught them how to use it, and soon many had one. Life in the village grew happier and brighter. The people felt connected to the universe in a new way. Nia became a teacher, sharing the stories of the stars and the lessons of courage. 1. Evening, as the two suns set, Nia and Ben stood on a hill overlooking the village. The sky was dark, and the stars twinkled above. Ben said, "Your world is beautiful, Nia, and your spirit is strong." Nia smiled. "And your kindness makes it even brighter." They looked at the stars, feeling hope and peace. A new beginning had come, a future full of friendship and dreams. The village was calm and peaceful under the bright light of the two suns. Days passed slowly, filled with work, laughter, and new friendships. Ben and Nia often walked together, talking about the past and dreaming about the future. One morning, Ben stood outside his small room. It was time for him to leave. His mission was coming to an end, and the people of the village had become like family. Nia came to him, her bracelet glowing softly on her wrist. She smiled warmly, but with a touch of sadness. "Ben, will you come back?" Ben nodded. "I promise, Nia, I will return. And next time, I will bring more friends." Nia took his hand. "Thank you for everything. You taught me to be brave, and you gave us hope." Ben smiled. "You taught me too. You showed me strength and kindness." Before he left, Ben helped. The villagers built a small signal tower. It was made with parts from his ship and the village's stones. The tower could send messages into space, a way to call for help or to share news. The villagers gathered to say goodbye. Oren spoke first. "Ben, you are always welcome here. You are a true friend to our people." Ben bowed respectfully. "Thank you. I will carry your stories with me." Nia hugged him gently. "Goodbye, Ben. Until we meet again." The spaceship lifted off slowly. Ben looked down at the green world he had come to love. He thought about Nia's courage, the village's kindness, and the bond they had formed. As the stars grew bright outside the window, Ben made a promise. He would bring the story of this planet to humanity, a story of friendship, bravery, and hope. Back on Earth, Ben shared the tale of Nia and her people. Many listened with wonder. They learned that strength comes not only from sight or power, but from heart and courage. Nia looked up at the sky each night, feeling the light of the stars and knowing that one day humans and her people would explore the universe together. The two worlds were now connected by friendship and dreams, a bond that would grow stronger with time. And so the story of Ben and Nia became a light in the darkness, a reminder that no matter how different we are, we can all find common ground and build a better future.